Fox News Channel's James Rosen encouraged his leaker to give him documents and set up what he thought was a secret way to email him. I'm not going to launch any accusations at you, Glenn, but did you do anything beyond what James Rosen did in terms of communication with Snowden? Did you work with him to get him a job at Booz Allen? Did you advise him on how to transfer the documents?
The reason I've been reluctant to answer that question up until this point is because the theory on which those questions are based, and I'm not suggesting you're embracing it, but you're referencing the theory that others have embraced, is really quite pernicious. That if you're a journalist and you work with your source and cooperate with them in obtaining documents that you think ought to be released to the public, that somehow that's called aiding and abetting. I call that investigative journalism. There is no investigative journalist on the planet who doesn't work cooperatively with their sources in order to obtain the information they need to inform their readers. That said, not only did I not do more than Mr. Rosen was accused of doing by the Justice Department when he was called a co-conspirator, I did much, much less. I didn't even know where Mr. Snowden worked or what his name was until after he was in Hong Kong with the documents. We had some preliminary communication with him about how to communicate secretly in a way that would be secure, but other than that, nothing. And so anybody who wants to raise this insinuation against me, against the Washington Post, Bart Gellman, or anybody else that we somehow aided and abetted Mr. Snowden, anyone who wants to even raise that, let alone claim it, ought to be compelled to point to specifics or point to evidence to support that accusation, because there is none. Otherwise, it's just reckless insinuation and shouldn't be tolerated.